Well, hello folks, welcome back to the Wyoming way. Well, it's 102 degrees today, and there's a big plume of smoke coming up over this ridge behind my house, and in the general direction of the ranch and where all the cows are. So I'm gonna go investigate, see what's going on. Had a couple neighbors call and say there's a fire, but it's really hard to tell whereabouts a fire is. You kind of have to go see for yourself. So I'm gonna go check it out and see what's going on here. I've got the drone. I might be able to get up in the air and get a good idea of where this fire is. Hopefully it's not coming our way, but we'll go see. Holy cow, guys, it's a big one. Darn sure raging pretty good. I'm just pulling off the road here, getting into our pasture. I still think it's quite a ways away from us. Fires always look closer than they are, seems like. But definitely a big cloud of smoke. So it's gonna be a big fire, I think. Lots of fuel this year. A lot of grass. We had some good spring rains and a lot of really tall, rank, dry grass. And back where this fire is, I think there's also a lot of juniper trees, cedar trees, and those suckers are like little matchsticks. So yeah, that with the pretty steady breeze. I'd say there's a 8-10 mile an hour breeze right now, maybe gusting to 15 and 102 degrees. So yeah, kind of perfect storm fire conditions right now. Well, there we go. That's really, really, really close to us. It might be on us. I'm gonna launch the drone real quick and just, it won't take long, fly over there. The wind's kind of calmed down, which is good. It's kind of amazing because it was kind of blowing all day, but I'm gonna fly over there and see what's going on. Well, the drone is very, very handy because like from my vantage point, it looks like the fire is pretty much right on our property or really, really close. And but the drone is showing that yeah, the southernmost edge of that fire, which is the part that's closest to us as we're looking at it, is about 1.5 miles, 2 miles from our property line. So far so good. Definitely going to keep an eye on it. The wind's kind of picking up a little bit, but it's heading that way. So it actually would be blowing the fire kind of away from our direction, which is good. I mean, good for us. Sucks for the people that fire's on, but yeah, I don't think we have a whole lot to worry about yet at this point, but we're going to keep an eye on it. It's okay, girls. You're safe for now. Well, I pulled up here a little closer to the fire. I'm about another mile closer to the fire now. The wind's picked up. It's probably a good 10-12 mile an hour breeze right now. They have some air tankers dumping slurry on the fire right now, so I'm probably not going to get the drone out because I don't want to interfere with that, take any risk of interfering with that process. But I'm just going to sit here and see what keep an eye on this thing. I'm about I don't know, probably half a mile or so from our property line. Wind is still kind of favorable to us. It's pushing the fire this way, kind of prevailing this way, but fingers crossed it will they'll be able to get it contained here pretty quick. Well, hello everybody, it's the next day, and we've got a report that there may possibly be another fire that has just started, or maybe part of the fire from yesterday. It's a little unclear as to what's going on, but we're gonna go check it out. Gonna hook up this sprayer just in case, and we're gonna go see what's going on. The wind has also switched directions, which is bad. Yesterday, that fire that we were on, it started about 2 miles from our fence line, but the wind was blowing it away from us. And now the wind has switched directions, and will be blowing our way, whatever's up there. So we're gonna go check it out. Okay guys, so there's this fence right here on the left side of the road. That fence is our property line. So the fire just burned up to about 50 yards from our property line, and looks like they've got it kind of contained and headed off back this direction. Gonna see if we can't go be of some help here. Whew. Well, we're right here on the fire's edge, and we've got several different fire departments here fighting this thing. And what they did is they ended up blading a big swath right here with a blade, and then they backburned up to it. And so when the fire just hit here, it was about a half an hour ago, it didn't have anywhere to go, so they've got it pretty much out. I just talked to that guy, the fire boss, and he said they've got a 20-man crew up here working this thing. So it's like, you can't believe the smoke, and my eyes are watering, and yeah, we're just gonna get out of here because these guys are professionals and they don't need us up here getting in the way. So we're gonna go and get back in some clearer air and watch this thing and see if there's something useful we can do. Well guys, we're headed home. Feeling very fortunate that that fire didn't come onto us, and that all those guys got that stopped up there. Very thankful to the fire crews working this fire. There's been dozens and dozens of professional firefighters and neighbors and ranchers and all kinds of stuff working this thing the last 24 hours, and it's just yeah, very grateful that they got that fire line built in and got the fire stopped and contained, and hopefully it didn't do too much damage to our neighbors, and time will tell. Maybe in a week or two when this thing's all out and it's safe to fly up here, I might come back and fly it with the drone and we can see what kind of damage got done. But I think it burned several thousand acres in the end, but and it's not out yet by any means, but for the time being it looks like we are probably in the clear, barring any kind of weird I don't know, as much as you can be in the clear in conditions like this, 100 degrees with 15-mile-an-hour winds. But well, hello everybody, it's day 3 now of this whole fire ordeal, and as you can see, we finally have some relatively blue skies, and the country isn't choked with smoke this morning. So the fire is basically out, but I thought it'd be really cool to go and fly this thing and see what kind of damage it did and try to get an idea of how big it was. Hearing reports it was about 6,000 acres. So a good sized fire. Really amazed by the fire crews that were up here yesterday working it. There was like over 20 personnel, like professional firefighters up here from several different agencies, and they just did an outstanding job. We had neighbors up here running equipment, and they bladed a big fire line and then back burned up to the fire line, and that's what ended up putting this fire out, because there was nothing in its way. It was just going to keep going. The wind was just howling yesterday, and it was 102 degrees. So there were also 4 airplanes and 2 helicopters working this fire yesterday, slurry bombers. And down the bottom of this canyon, there's a reservoir, and the helicopters were filling up their buckets out of that reservoir and making nice short trips up to the fire. But then there were 2 big twin-engine slurry bombers, and then a couple of sprayer planes that were working the fire too. It was pretty hectic up here yesterday. Anyway, much cooler today. Anyway, let's go fly this thing and see what it looks like. thank you guys for tuning into the Wyoming Way. We'll catch you on the next one.